What's up, YouTube? This is another episode of Insider BA's Rumor Mill. Let me go live on Twitter.
Stay tuned.
And let me go live on Facebook. Because, we're on all social media platforms. They're in the link. But, of course, Facebook's going live in 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Insider BA's Rumor Mill. I am your host, as always, Insider BA. Alongside me, my co-host for this week is none other than Tim Ohh. Tim, why don't you hit him with the social media?
Now, for anybody new that is watching, make sure you check out the description of this video. You can find all of our social media accounts and our blog there. So make sure you give us a like, give us a follow, help us get out there. And as always, huge shout out to our supporters at My Fantasy Sports Talk. It's fantasy season. Go listen to them. They got great podcasts everywhere.
Fantasy season, man. Like you said, you hit it right on the head because my fantasy team, I'm doing pretty good. How about you, Tim?
I'm doing all right.
You're doing all right. You started off down there, but you're making a comeback.
Tough losses.
I think you're gonna make a comeback. I mean, I think I'll see you in the playoffs.
I got the points for the tiebreaker. That's
damn right. I just actually got a tweet notification from Twitter. What's up, Dan the Man? Welcome to the show, buddy. I have Facebook's comments right here. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter. I can't see you at the moment. YouTube, if I see you, I'll answer you guys later, of course. But this week, I got SmackDown 1000's original plans for you. That's the top rumor. Plans for SmackDown Live FOX in 2019. That's a pretty big rumor I'm going to talk about. The direction of the Raw storylines, if there even is one. The Legends to appear on tonight's Raw, which is in Providence, Rhode Island. We unfortunately are not going to be there. Prior commitments, as always, I have to go live on the Rumor Mill.
Wi-Fi is not very good down there.
It is very true. It's never is as soon as you get inside the dunk. Of course, the biggest one, main event of the show, is going to be some breaking crown jewel news. It's jewel and news, Crown jewel news. I said it again. Tim, what is it? Breaking
crown jewel news.
Thank you. There you go. That's the main event. I will not repeat that anymore in this show tonight because of the fact that I can't even say the word news.
Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, you can't do it. But as always, before we get to the top rumors, I have the rapid rumors for anybody who doesn't want to be spoiled or listen to anything. I suggest you tune out. But before you do that, share, like, do everything you need to do to this video on our YouTube channel, on Facebook, Twitter, and of course, this can be posted to the blog after this live broadcast is complete. But first rapid rumor, if you're still here, thank you for staying in. Shawn Michaels, I said it last week, he's rumored to face AJ Styles at WrestleMania 35, but according to new reports, the plan could be for Daniel Bryan to take on Shawn Michaels instead.
Ooh,
interesting.
That's interesting.
Shawn Michaels trained Daniel Bryan on a come up.
Right. It's very interesting. I feel like both guys, they probably wrestle a really good but safe match because they both have injury histories. Shawn Michaels is getting kind of old.
Yes,
now, too,
very true.
That would be interesting. Once again, just 10 years too late for
correct.
What everybody wants to see.
I'm up for it. I'm up for the AJ Styles or the Daniel Bryan match. So I'm looking forward to whatever happens. And because Shawn Michaels is now a full-time, I want to say full-time, part-time performer, I guess you could say. Speaking of a potential another part-time performer that could come back, Batista, who appeared on SmackDown 1000, had the fire promo that he poured his heart out and in a way kind of planted the seeds for Triple H match at WrestleMania. That is something interesting. Well, I can tell you this. Batista is now likely to go into the WWE Hall of Fame this coming year at WrestleMania. Not final, but he is the early major name to go into the Hall of Fame this coming year. It's likely he will work a few shows leading up to WrestleMania weekend in a similar way Goldberg did for his Hall of Fame induction.
Okay.
So I could see the Batista versus Triple H match. But I will say this. Batista has lost to Triple H.
And I will say this. That pin was in a tag team match, so it wasn't a one-on-one competition. And if you go back and watch the whole match, there was ref interference before he lost.
Oh, damn. So he didn't
a lot of claims for Batista to make. He never beat me one-on-one, and he never beat me clean. So,
I can see the storyline. I can already see it
still
brewing up. But then again, stay tuned for the Raw current storylines that might not have a direction at all because creative doesn't know what they're doing half the time.
Maybe Triple H will just write it the way
I hope so. I hope so. Speaking of still the Hall of Fame and WrestleMania, it looks like The Undertaker, believe it or not, will be, from what I hear, retiring officially at WrestleMania this year. I know he did it 2 years ago in Florida, but he's rumored to be retiring officially and going into the Hall of Fame before WrestleMania. So we could have two major names in Batista and Undertaker.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Who would be
Just because the fact that
who would be his last match?
it would be Shawn Michaels.
Well, if Shawn Michaels is facing Daniel Bryan,
That's why I take all my
Triple
rumors
H and
with a grain
Batista,
of
like
salt.
who, hopefully not Roman Reigns again.
I hope not.
I hope not.
I don't know. Maybe we'll get the resurrection of Bray Wyatt through Undertaker. Bray Wyatt did it for WrestleMania 29.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
WrestleMania
it's already
29.
been done before though. So it's like,
Well,
what are
Bray
they gonna
Wyatt
do?
resurrected the Undertaker.
Yeah, I
Now we
wonder.
do
I wonder.
vice
I don't trust WWE to get.
Yeah,
that
they're gonna screw it up. We just move on from the topic, of course. Shane McMahon's return to television last week at SmackDown 1000 was far from a one-off, where the cameo was a return to a storyline I can't speak it.
Authority figure.
Thank you.
There you go.
Where we'll see him appear in the weeks to come. So I expect him to be on, maybe he's on SmackDown tomorrow, the week after, and maybe set something in. Survivor Series is close. I know Crown Jewel's in between an Evolution, but Survivor Series is close, and we might get the brand warfare once again. So stay tuned for that.
Welcome to return.
Speaking of like brand warfare or potential like 6-man tag matches, Big Show just joined the Bar, which is very, I guess, weird.
It was out of nowhere. It was
out of nowhere. RKO
kind of just came and helped them out and helped them win, and you never know what's going on with the Big Show sometimes.
Well, that's the tweet I forgot who put it out in the SmackTalk team. I believe it was Macho Man Matty Savage, or it might have been you, Tim Ohh, because you were watching SmackDown.
I was watching. I was tweeting.
Yeah. I'm not a Twitter guy. I'm more of a give you the insider information on my live show and give you my words on the People's Podcast, which, by the way, will be this Wednesday, not Thursday, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Don't quote the 7 p.m. because we never go live on time.
7:30.
To be safe. We'll see what happens. But going back to the rapid rumor, the Bar and the Big Show will possibly be referred to as Show Bar.
But
yeah,
that's whack. I'm actually kind of speechless that they would. Just hold that thought for like the next time there's like we need to go on a big rant because that might be one of them. Just Big Show just made no sense. Felt forced. Like why?
Oh, it's the tweet that was. It's basically the tweet I was gonna say was it's the 1,000th time. Why not? I have a SmackDown Live 1000 with the 1,000th time Big Show turns heel.
Yeah. Just
think I was just
lazy writing. Just a way to get the belt off New Day. Very lazy. Very lazy.
Whatever. But I think you're gonna like this one, Tim Ohh. I know I haven't been a fan of her. I wouldn't say I haven't been a fan of her. I haven't been a fan of the way she's being booked. But Paul Heyman, rumor, has been working closely with Ronda Rousey, and apparently it was him who had primarily written her scathing promo on Raw, where she took a big knock on the Bella Twins. But it says he primarily wrote it, but I read something else today where the former UFC champion Ronda Rousey actually wrote the entire segment from start to finish with assistance from Paul Heyman. So
it's good to see her getting. I think that's the Ronda Rousey we need to see. Her natural bitchy attitude.
Yes,
I'm the best. That whole attitude. I've been saying this since the beginning. She's gonna be a natural heel.
Yeah.
Whenever they eventually decide to turn her heel, that's gonna be when she's at her best, in my opinion. Because with that promo was great. I don't know if you've seen her social media presence has been really good.
I did see the things she said about because I think Nikki Bella clapped back, but then Ronda clapped back again. So it's going to be interesting. I still don't think they should main event the show, but I understand Ronda Rousey is a big name. Tell you what, I'm not going to watch the pay-per-view. I'll be in England instead. How about that? Done. Just leave it there. Maybe we might actually go live. Me and Macho Man Matty Savage might actually go live in England. So stay tuned for those.
You guys are 5 hours ahead of everybody, though. Gotta keep that in mind.
All right. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, I definitely have to keep that in mind. But of course, if you don't see me live, you can always go back on the Facebook channel. You can our video will be there somewhere. But I guess one more rapid rumor before I close it. Two more. I'm sorry. Ric Flair. Speaking of the Evolution card, apparently is the only male scheduled to be part of the pay-per-view, which is very weird. I don't know why, but There is no word on what Flair might be doing as part of the show, but it's thought that he could be in the backstage segment with Charlotte Flair ahead of her history-making last woman standing match with Becky Lynch for the Women's Championship.
Right.
So, good job, Rick. You made your way onto a show that has nothing to do with you, I guess.
The Ric Flair name.
There you go.
Just the
Just
name.
like the reason
There you go.
why Charlotte Flair became Charlotte Flair is because of the last name.
She's very good, though.
She is
She's
very
one of the
good.
best. The
But
best.
Becky Lynch said it perfectly where
She's a natural. It runs in the blood.
it runs in the blood.
it runs
You
in the
didn't
blood.
have to really work to get here because of your last name. She is
maybe
definitely
not.
a good performer.
She's probably gotten a push because of her name, but she's lived up to it.
Her performing skills has definitely
I
given her
wouldn't-
that bigger push.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff you could say about some people, but I think she still earned it the whole way
Correct.
throughout the time.
She definitely earned it, but just Becky Lynch had to work for it more.
Maybe.
I believe.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's a lot of women on the roster who should probably deserve more, but they can only handle one.
Maybe we'll put up a poll today
One
after
story at a
this.
time.
Before Monday Night Raw goes live in 32 minutes, we'll put up a poll on our Facebook and Twitter, of course, where who really earned it,
Right now, it's Becky. of
Becky
course.
or Charlotte?
I think
no,
right now-
overall, like who really earned their way to be a WWE superstar with no assistance?
I mean,
It's Becky Lynch. It just makes sense.
probably, but who's used their? We could take it in different.
It could be
different ways, but-
many different ways. But I will put the poll up. We'll see what you guys say. Last rapid rumor for top rumors. WWE reached out to Sable, a former Attitude Diva, about making an appearance as part of Evolution a few weeks ago, but the former champion turned them down. If you don't know that, Sable is actually married to Brock Lesnar. So once again, the whole Lesnar thing doesn't really.
I don't think she needs to do it.
No.
though. I mean, she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to.
Yeah, like a number of options were actually given to her. She could do ring announcing, a commentary, or an appearance just in a battle royal, just like they're doing which a lot of divas, women superstars are not pleased about. They're just putting a bunch of women superstars in a battle royal again. But a deal wasn't reached, but the door is always open for Sable. Of course, definitely one of the original divas in the company, or women's competitors, I guess you would say these days.
All right.
But before top rumors now, first one I have for you, I said it, SmackDown 1000 original plans. But before I get to that, I have some few comments actually. Biased question, BA.
I mean, you could word it a different way. Did Becky have a harder road to the WWE?
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, she definitely had a harder road. Pure talent.
Who had a harder road?
Becky Lynch.
I'll just put that.
Yeah, of course.
I'll put that poll up and we'll see what happens.
That's just easy. That's
Yeah.
sky is blue, grass is green.
Yeah, but I'm colorblind, so what is true?
You're inside a BA. I'm Tim Ohh.
And this
Becky
is
Lynch had a harder.
and this is Inside of BA's Rumor Mill, aka the People's Podcast, is going live this Wednesday with our predictions for Evolution.
Hopefully.
Danny put it well. Sable was pulling a Brock Lesnar move. Damn right, by not being a part of the show. Hey,
Yeah.
It is what it is. She's not a part of this show, so we're not even going to talk about Sable anymore. But top rumor, SmackDown 1000's original plans. A number of segments were changed last minute. Surprising, shocking, no? Because the fact that Undertaker came out for his entrance was longer than his promo.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
Well, let me tell you this.
Didn't even make sense to have
The
him
Rey
out there.
Mysterio match with Shinsuke Nakamura, some time was taken away from that match. It was originally actually scripted to kick off the show, but they made it the main event. Batista reportedly didn't arrive until 7:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which 8 o'clock is the usual start time for SmackDown.
Yeah,
Zack Ryder was backstage but not used. James,
good.
We could have been that in that segment with Kurt Hawkins, Edge heads with Edge. Like they didn't even talk. They just could have done something there. What else we got? James Ellsworth's video. He was actually backstage and he had a social media. They made a video with him.
Yeah,
And they only put it on social media. They didn't actually put it on the actual show. I saw it. It was stupid, as always. James Ellsworth. Christian was actually supposed to appear, but actually didn't. Believe it or not.
Is there a reason?
He was probably going to be involved with Edge or somehow.
Probably, but why didn't he show up? That's the question everybody's going to ask.
And that's the question I don't have an answer to. But The Undertaker was always scheduled to close the show.
Okay.
But he was supposed to have a much longer and should have included Kane, but he wasn't there. Kane was not there. Our Truth segment was originally planned for later in the show, and Miz's match was always supposed to be a short one.
Yeah, I feel like with 2 hours, it's tough to get in everything that you want to get in, especially when the McMahons come out, and they probably took up more time than was planned for, and that's what caused the whole rush. You have Vince McMahon dance breaks, Stephanie McMahon dance breaks, and Shane McMahon dance breaks. So it was
right. I think maybe the Batista
that kind of
probably went over the limit.
Yeah, that went over too. Just those 2 segments kind of made everything hurry. Hey, and this is SmackDown. You can't go past 10 o'clock.
You can't go past your second. Yeah, you just can't do it. It's on the USA Network.
Scheduled programming.
I got a question from Danny. Off topic. Your thoughts of Becky Lynch calling Edge on his injury and the crowd loving it? ? That's WWE's way of trying to make her bad heel.
Yeah,
but we just love Becky Lynch. It's not gonna work.
It's gonna be tough to get them to actually boo her.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
I don't know what she could do. I don't know. She could be like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's nothing.
She's
everything she says, it's awesome.
She might be the hottest superstar in SmackDown.
But then again, we love heel superstars because we hate what they give us for babyface, aka Roman Reigns. I don't hate Charlotte Flair, but it's just Becky Lynch is killing.
I don't know.
It's tough.
There's no way to root against her, really.
No, there isn't. She's once again earned it, proved it.
Yeah.
Keep it on the SmackDown topic. Going with the Fox now. 2019, of course, they signed on SmackDown Live to appear on the Fox network. And this is what they're asking SmackDown to do. You're actually going to like this one. You actually talked about it today in the group chat. Fox wants SmackDown to have more of a sports element rather than the comedic routines that are popular on the W shows. The report says that Fox wants to cross-promote between their various programs, including SmackDown, and wants to have superstars from other sports promote the W show. And then this is where you come in. The report also, on top of that Fox wants, Daniel Cormier. Excuse me? Cormier. See, I don't want you
Cormier.
But again, what was that name from NXT that I really screwed up on?
I don't remember.
Come on. Macho Man, Danny, I know you guys are watching. Please let me know what that superstar that I really botched. You know which one I'm talking about.
Hideo something? No.
Hideo Itama.
Yeah.
Itami. See, I don't know what it is still because I don't watch the show. It's unfortunate. But Daniel
Cormier
they want him to be a commentator for SmackDown Live. What's your thoughts on that?
Mixed feelings. I love Daniel Cormier. He's a good He's good on commentary. He's really good. He does it for UFC. He's been on like talk shows and stuff. So he's really good at calling the action. And he's a big WWE fan, so it's not just like random getting a good commentator. He is a fan of the sport. I don't like the getting rid of some of the comedic routines and making it more sports-like because we know it's not real. We know it's a sport, but it's not real competition. It's
correct.
It's not written.
It's not like NFL.
Yeah,
it's scripted.
Like the Attitude Era, over the top stuff, even like that stuff's what we really liked and fell in love with, and even like some of the stuff now is still good because the over the top, that's what we want.
Yep,
we don't want it kind of commercialized into like another sport because this is why we like the WWE.
Exactly, and the report also says that Vince McMahon is keen on keeping comedy.
Yeah, imagine like the New Day not coming out and throwing pancakes and humping.
Yeah, what do you do with New Day? They actually turned into the original Nation of Domination storyline that they were supposed to have.
They're good as a comedic trio. Like they're really good. I think one of them's even said, "I'd rather retire than break up the New Day." So,
well, I guess we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, I'll wait and give Fox the benefit of the doubt, but I'm kind of a little leery.
All right, okay. But Nicole Souza is commenting, bad idea. They need to keep the over the top, like Timmy said. They just need to keep it. I totally agree. I don't know. I haven't heard Daniel
Cormier.
Thank you.
I thought you were talking about Daniel over there.
No, I'm not gonna like botch it even more than I can. But like I said, I don't know how he's on commentary, so I have no really input for that.
Really good. Know who would be perfect for Fox, although he won't do it because of travel schedule, is Ronaldo.
Oh,
he's so good. Yes. NXT boxing.
Mamma mia.
He's so good.
He really is
but
good.
The travel schedule is too much, unfortunately.
Yep. Tuquan Watt is saying, thought y'all would be in the arena tonight. Unfortunately, prior commitments have us to do the show, and other SmackTalk crew members could not make the show, this show, obviously, and the Monday Night Raw in Providence.
Wish we could be there.
But then again, we won't be able to tweet if we're in there.
Maybe we'll go to the next one that comes around right before Mania, coming around.
It's actually TLC.
TLC.
Boston, Massachusetts. So we'll see. Yep, there you go. Danny replying to Quan. TLC coming soon. Damn right.
Yep.
Going on to the next top rumor now. The feud between The Shield and the Dogs of War. This is the whole Raw current storyline. What is really the direction? Has been building since August, as we all know. And even though many of the W Universe believe that it would lead to Dean Ambrose's heel turn, this might not be the case. They might be teasing it and all that. But unfortunately, the entire storyline is being booked on a week-to-week basis, which means that even the creative team has no idea what is next for the Dogs of War.
Sounds like WWE.
It does. The stuff with Strowman, McIntyre, Ziggler, the stuff Vince and the writers are coming up with weekly with no end game, and we're not even sure if the end of Raw was set up Strowman versus McIntyre, as we all saw last week. McIntyre gave a big boot to Strowman, or it'll be one of those. They don't even know if it'll be a heel breakups, but they're good this week. We're going to find out in about 21 minutes what's really going to happen with the Dogs of War. But that disagreement, though, I heard this other rumor. It seems like since then, Braun Strowman has become a babyface in a way. I know we all love Braun Strowman, and I was totally against the whole Dogs of War thing because of the Shield. But WWE may not have a clear-cut strategy about this particular face turn, just like they don't know what the hell is going on with the Dogs of War and the Shield. Since they have no direction on current Raw storylines. But Braun Strowman actually has been working, I don't know if he's been working a babyface, but he's been like interfering in Ziggler McIntyre matches and like been beating the shit out of them at live events this past weekend.
Right. It's I haven't really been a big fan of this storyline just because they have all the belts tied up when they just keep having these tag matches after tag match after tag match. Like it's just getting kind of old and boring, and you can kind of tell they don't know where they're going with this. It's like, oh, we'll just have another. Oh no, like they just turned Braun Strowman. He was starting to turn babyface already.
Yep.
And then he joined the Dogs of War, and it's like, oh, he's a heel again. And now it's like, it's like I think he's suffering the most from this.
Braun Strowman, absolutely,
yes,
absolutely. He does not need.
He doesn't need that.
And Dolph doesn't need it.
They need him.
They built him up that big, and now you need these two guys to beat the Shield.
Yeah, it's weird.
Doesn't make any sense. Once again, creative, hire us. One more top rumor. Two more top rumors. The main event is coming up with the potential breaking Crown Jewel news. Jesus, why did I say
Crown Jewel news?
It's the jewel part, man. It just interferes with the news part. But Shawn Michaels, this is tonight's Monday Night Raw, I can say is reportedly being advertised for this week's episode alongside with Lita. So two big names, two legends to appear on Monday Night Raw tonight in Providence, but there has been no word on Trish Stratus yet. So you got to have Trish on the show.
Probably be there.
She's probably going to be there. You got to build the Evolution match
at least
card
a little bit.
It totally makes sense for her to be there. But of course, the main event, as we all been waiting for. What's going on with Crown Jewel? Well, I'll tell you this. Roman Reigns might potentially be injured. John Cena and Daniel Bryan refused to fly to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, apparently, I've heard, has already started building the stage for Crown Jewel, which is next Saturday. Not this coming Saturday, but the Saturday after November 4th, I believe, or 3rd. I don't know.
Sometime at like 5 in the morning, I guess.
Yeah, it's unfortunate time. But the fact that John Cena, big name, Daniel Bryan, who both have matches on this card.
Okay. Roman Reigns,
whatever.
Name-wise, though.
I know, big name. I know.
Big name.
But Roman Reigns, I'm just saying, John Cena and Daniel Bryan refusing to fly there.
Political reasons.
Right. And Roman Reigns is injured. Definitely, I will say this. I got some reports about 20 minutes ago before we went live. I'm sorry, 30 minutes ago, that he's actually been, before Raw started today, before Raw was going to start tonight, I should say, was working out inside the ring. So he might be good to compete, but I expect him to either not compete tonight or be in a six-man tag or tag team match where he doesn't really use.
Yeah, I mean, he won't have to.
He's working through some injury where he didn't even fight on the live events this past weekend. So that is pretty breaking. I guess he's the champ, man. If he's injured, who's the next guy up?
I don't know.
Braun Strowman.
They've kind of ruined
Braun
everything.
Strowman. They
They've
should just give it to Braun Strowman.
been botching that because when's the last time they even talked about the Universal title?
Yeah.
Again,
Once again, irrelevant.
just
It's on the show though,
it's on the show, but
it's irrelevant.
it's irrelevant.
I'm actually, I don't know.
It's been the most irrelevant title for like 2 years straight. Sad.
Danny just made a good point. The only two guys that can get away with not going to Crown Jewel, Daniel Bryan and John Cena. But they're pretty big names.
They're
So
pretty big names.
If they don't go, it's like,
what if like
they have that pull where it's like
they have that pull and maybe other superstars see, look at John Cena's not going, look at
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan's not going.
Yep.
I don't want to go if they're not going. And then, it could turn into a bigger deal if more superstars stop following suit.
There are some superstars who are not
Comfortable.
not comfortable at all going there at all.
You can't blame
So I got one more comment from Danny before we're going to sign out. What's scary is if people don't want to wrestle in Saudi with political views, there are promotions that are balling that any W superstar could join and become great. That is, I think, a true statement.
I mean, they could go anywhere and become great, but you will never have the money or exposure or
like
perks
WWE.
of being WWE.
Correct.
Nobody can compete with WWE
Your
at the
name
moment.
really gets out there
Yeah, I mean that's
if you
why
get broadcast on WWE.
that's why AJ Styles came over, Samoa Joe. That's why talks with Kenny Omega want to come over, maybe.
Right, Kenny Omega with the Young Bucks, but that's gonna wrap it up.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna wrap up the show today. Just to let you all know, I will not be going live next week as I will be in England, but stay tuned for the live videos that me and Macho Man Matty Savage are going to have in Liverpool, potentially Iron and Dublin Iron as well. People's Podcast is this Wednesday, so stay tuned for our Evolution predictions. And
who's getting chopped from the last
who's
one?
getting chopped from the last one? Very true. We're going to find out who lost WWE Super Showdown. As always, take my rumors with a grain of salt. I'm Insider BA.
I'm Tim Ohh.
And we are tuning out. Too sweet. I will see you guys in my live videos.
And that's it. See you guys Wednesday.
Peace.